The phone rang, but I didn't answer it. The message that followed had a chill creeping down my spine. "Detective Ford here. We have something you need to see." My pulse quickened. I didn't ask questions. I didn't need to. The weight of the unknown gnawed at me, clawing, relentless. I made the drive in silence, the hum of my car's engine a dull background to the storm brewing inside me. The streets blurred as I focused, my mind spinning in every direction. What had I missed? What was I walking into? The detective's office was small, suffocating. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, casting harsh shadows on his tired face. He didn't offer pleasantries. He just pushed a video file across the desk, his fingers hovering above the mouse. I clicked play. Surveillance footage. My house. The timestamp read 2 a.m. Strange lights outside the windows. They flickered, bright and unnatural, casting shadows that moved as though they had a life of their own. Then, the figures appeared. People, shadowed forms slipping into the house. I couldn't see their faces, but I knew. I knew. I felt the blood drain from my face as the realization set in. I didn't wait for the rest. I grabbed my keys. "Stay inside," the detective warned, but I was already out the door. The door was unlocked. The air inside was thick with tension, like the house itself was holding its breath. I found my brother-in-law standing in the hallway, his back pressed against the bedroom door. His face was ashen, his hands trembling. "You shouldn't have come back," he whispered, voice strained. I didn't need to ask what he meant. The answer was in his eyes. He knew what was happening, but he was too weak to stop it. "Who?" I rasped. "Who are they?" His eyes flickered toward the bedroom. "They're not finished. I couldn't stop them." I didn't wait for him to finish. I pushed past him. The door creaked open. And there she was, my wife. I froze. She was kneeling on the floor, her back arched unnaturally. Her face was contorted in a way that made my stomach churn. And standing above her was another figure, cloaked in shadows, their movements jerky and frantic. The lights from outside flashed in through the window, casting eerie glows that painted the room in unsettling hues. "You shouldn't have come back." Her voice was broken, a plea wrapped in shame. And then it hit me. The betrayal, sharp and cold, settling in like a weight in my chest. My wife, my own wife, had let them in, let them do this. I wasn't even sure what this was, but I felt the truth surge through me. I was nothing to her. She had given herself away over and over again in ways I had never imagined. I stepped back, my heart hammering. I didn't speak. I didn't make a sound. I needed to understand. I spent the following days quietly watching, gathering the pieces of the puzzle. Her phone, her messages, everything I had ignored before. The hidden passwords, the late nights. Her lies were so carefully constructed. But she wasn't careful enough. Her text messages with him were explicit, graphic. And there were more, so many more. The secrecy was suffocating. I dug deeper. I wasn't just looking for the affair anymore. No, there was something darker here, something more. I got a copy of the phone records. The calls were made late at night from a number I didn't recognize, a voice I hadn't heard before. I cross-referenced the timestamps. They matched the surveillance footage. I wasn't just facing infidelity. I was facing something more sinister. I dug through her emails, piecing together a web of manipulation and lies. She wasn't just betraying me, she was orchestrating something far bigger. Her plan, her involvement with them, it was all there. The secret meetings, the promises made in whispers. She wasn't just with them, she was leading them. But why? Why would she involve herself in something like this? I would find out. I didn't need to confront her right away. I didn't need to yell. I had all the answers I needed. I waited for her to come home. When she walked in, I was sitting in the dark, the light from the street lamps casting shadows on the walls. She looked at me, confused. "What are you doing here?" I didn't answer. Instead, I placed the phone on the table in front of her. The screen was lit, the texts open, the photos of her with him. Them. Her eyes widened. The realization hit her like a freight train, but she didn't say anything, didn't apologize. "I've known for weeks," I said, my voice cold, controlled. She didn't react. She didn't cry. There was no remorse in her. She just looked at me, eyes empty, as if nothing had changed. "You're finished," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. I could feel the tension, thick and suffocating. The air between us felt heavy, as if the house itself had become a tomb for the past. I didn't need to trap her with more questions. I didn't need to prove anything. I had the evidence, and that was enough. "I've already called the police," I said, standing. "They'll be here soon." Her face went pale, and for the first time I saw a flicker of fear. She opened her mouth, but no words came. I turned to leave, but not before I saw the realization sink in. The walls she had built around herself were crumbling. "You can't run from this," I said, my voice as cold as ice. She didn't move, didn't say a word, and I walked away. I watched her through the window. The police arrived, and she didn't even try to fight. No excuses, no last words, just silence. It was over. The truth was exposed. The game was done. I didn't need her to beg for forgiveness. I didn't need to make her feel anything. I was free. And she was just another casualty of her own lies. I walked away.